because it's gonna be a little bit of a longer session, the people from the west end of the county, I know they wanna talk about DEP. We did have the meeting with DEP, it was a productive, I think it was a productive meeting. We brought up all the issues that were brought up about, I asked specifically, they asked about radiation detectors, if the radiation detectors were in place, they said yes they are. So that was one of the questions. I brought up about the hauling. We brought up about the loose loads and all that stuff. Basically what they said is they're gonna start looking into everything. They took our information about trying to get somebody from the county certified to do a report and report to DEP, you know, one step. So they said they'd take that back to their legal team to see about doing that. I brought up, one of my ideas that we brought up to them was reducing the tonnage. Because we told them the GOR system isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing in any way, shape, or form. So we're waiting for responses from them on this idea of somebody from the county being able to do reports that it'll hold up, like our report can be used to build a case, you know, so that's one of the things we're looking at. And just the only thing I can tell you is keep complaining and calling every single day. Call every time there's a smell, and get everybody you can to call. And I noticed in your petition, you had Big Lots and Amazon, I think mostly Big Lots. Go to Amazon and Big Lots and get them to start complaining.
There's a petition there right now, so
Okay,
we didn't get it back yet, so.
okay, and you gotta get them complaining too,
Okay.
and that would really help a lot. So, we're gonna keep pursuing this. The next thing is I'm gonna do surprise site visits, and before you leave, I'm gonna give you your number, and I'll leave, when I'm coming up, I'll let you know, you know, but I'm not gonna let them know until I'm ready to drive down the driveway. Okay, so, it's not, I know you just wanna hear that it's stopped, but we're trying to do all we can. You know, it's up to Harrisburg to change the laws, but we're trying to put as much pressure as we can on them. I know, both the commissioners can agree, I think it was a very productive meeting. I don't know.
There was 7 different people there from DEP. I mean, the whole staff was there, the head of the Wilkes-Barre office,
And the governor's office.
the governor's office and representative, there was the clean air people. And what I didn't realize was, I guess voluntarily, well, not so voluntarily, but under suggestion, his GOR system was a $10 million investment. And not only is DEP a little disappointed, so are the people that run NSP that's not doing what it's supposed to do. So, and they have engineers from the company that installed up there trying to figure out what's going on. So, and you say so. And once again, I think personally, this probably should have been done sooner than later. But obviously, like I say, the whole staff from DEP came down and talked to us, and they said that, you know, keep calling us, keep informing us. And we did talk about the idea. Right now, a conservation district, if there's a water problem or a soil or a sediment problem, the conservation district can go out, look at the complaint, and then it gets sent to DEP for enforcement. That's what Larry's saying about it. We're exploring the idea that whether it be conservation district or maybe our solid waste department, somebody be trained to be able to be certified to be able to go out. Because when a complaint goes in to Wilkes-Barre, by the time it gets down there, sometimes the smell is gone. If we're 10 minutes away, we can get out there and try to track this down and figure out where that's actually coming from. So I think that's a big step in the right direction, having someone either through our district or through our solid waste department be a certified technician to be able to go out and do a site inspection, not enforcement, not hand out fines, but that would be data for them to be able to use to try and pinpoint what's going on. So, Gary?
And just one other message, and we said that during the meeting a number of times, saying the way things are right now is not acceptable. You gotta make sure that there's change into this process, because people can't continue living the way they are. We not only said it once, we said it a number of times, and I think they were pretty well understanding in that. And I have to agree, that's one message they said, just continue to call, you know, out there to do it. And again, they're gonna follow up on some things that we brought to their attention and to see what they can do to the thing. But that's the message, and what both commissioners have said. Definitely we delivered that. And also, you know, with the state senator was representative there, also Joanne Stair was there, and also some from the governor's office. So they got the attention all the way up to the governor. So they know that message, so.
They did volunteer to come back and talk to us and, at some point this summer and see how things are going. They volunteered to come back and make a follow-up visit, so.
What about meeting with the residents in the community?
And yeah, we talked about trying to set something like that up, so it's in the planning stage. But I wanna do it, we do it anywhere, I wanna do it out the west end of the county.
Yes.
Yeah, out there.
You know what I mean? I wanna do it out there. So, we're trying to do all we can. I will keep, my fellow commissioners on there, I'm gonna push.
And
I'm
what did
gonna
they
push
say-
for this.
What did they say about reducing the tonnage?
They said that, well, there are permits for what it's permitted. The gore system was supposed to function properly, and that's how they could be raised back to the whatever 350 ton a day. I said, well, when you were at 250, there was hardly any complaints. I said, so I suggested back it down to 250, gradually increase it like a month, go 25 ton more, and if you get a smell, then you know that to be below it. This gore system, I read up on it, I had all the paperwork they gave me, it was supposed to do all this stuff. I think it's a glorified blanket for it. I just don't know what, it's not doing anything, so I don't know what the answer is for the gore system. It's,
Right.
I don't have all the technical information on it, but it was sold that this was gonna be the save-all, and obviously it's not, and that's what we told DEP, and I told them numerous times, I said, you keep saying a common theme, tonnage. I said, that's the common thing I keep hearing, is tonnage. So I said, we gotta look into that, so they're gonna talk to them to see if they will try to work with us and do an experiment to decrease tonnage for a little bit and see if that has something to do with it. Now, they can say no, NSP can say no, our permits this, and that's it. I did bring up your concerns about property values. I told them, I said, I won't wanna live out there, and I said, none of yous would. And I told them, I said, your house is your investment, sometimes it's people's retirement. And I said, when this affects their property values, now they have economic harm. I said, so, I said, it's a serious matter.
That's no quality of life.
That's-
Can't even be outside.
And I said that to them, I said, you're not allowed, you can't have a picnic,
No.
can't have friends over, you can't, be on your back porch, can't use your pool. I said, kids are getting sick going to the bus stops. Every issue that you or Shirley or Tammy or anybody has presented, and Melinda, when she met with me, she asked about the radiation detection and everything. I brought up about everything that he's asked, I brought up on. I had it all written down, I went down point by point by point by point and said, these are the complaints for the people. And I said, they're not gonna go anywhere. And I said, the county is going to stay advocating for the people of the west end of the county.
The only other issue we did talk about was smell. I said that there are no devices that can accurately fingerprint a smell. And so the best way is to have a technician, either from a local technician or DEP, be there when it takes place. So that they said there's a whole bunch of equipment that's been tested, they spent millions of dollars trying to, but there's no way to fingerprint a smell with a machine. And that's the problem. I mean, Mr. Bender and his township folks are concerned about the smell, but it's not generated in his township. So how do you attack a problem not generated in your own backyard? But that one part I got out of the whole deal was that the smell it's a human sensation. There are no machines available to be able to say this smell is okay, this one isn't. So
Like a fingerprint.
yeah,
That's how they explain it. There's no machine that says, well, it detects it, this is the fingerprint, and they can trace it back to a plant and say, okay, this chemical makeup matches this chemical makeup. So, and like I said, so just keep complaining, and we are going to keep complaining. Bring your concerns to us, because like I had told DEP this, I told them in the meeting, they have to be a good neighbor. So that's where we start. I said they have to be a good neighbor. So we're gonna keep the pressure up. I know it's not what you wanted to hear completely, but we're gonna try. And we're gonna keep trying. And I promise that. I will not,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
you're welcome. Anybody else on it?
No, I think
I think you covered pretty well, Larry.
Okay, public comment?